And we're back with the Morrowind modded playthrough. I've been informed that I am, well, sort of the bad guy, sort of the asshole, in the way that I did the Fighters Guild questline in the end and how I went about becoming the Guildmaster. I think it had been mentioned to me earlier on that there was a way to join both the Thieves Guild and the Fighters Guild, and, well, that's the thing, the series is over a year old at this point, so that is my own fault for not really looking into it more, but I've intentionally gone without spoilers as much as I can, just to try and do everything sort of on my own, and clearly that did not work out as well as it could have, because there may have been some senseless murders, you know, the Thieves Guild leaders, killing people in the Fighters Guild, and all I had to do was essentially do a version of that, but for Perseus, and he would have helped me out and taken over the Fighters Guild in a
3 blessings to you, Outlander. This is a pleasure.
Much more honorable way. But at the same time, I kind of like that there are different approaches to that questline and becoming the Guildmaster, just because it does sort of show off the dark side of the guild, and maybe I'm just defending myself a little here, but the Thieves Guild, they are criminals, aren't they? It's a guild, but when you think about it, in Skyrim, in Oblivion, if you're caught doing anything, it's like, nope, you're going to jail because you're a criminal. So it's like, I just took out a guild of criminals. So when you think about it, I guess it could be worse. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right, so let's talk to her about my duties, because I cannot upgrade my manor anymore until I am head of the of House Redoran, and she said come back to her when my when my manor was done, and it's done in terms of tier 2. So the Telvanni have begun expanding all over Vardenfell. This must be stopped. Go to the new Telvanni stronghold of Tel Uvarith and kill the Telvanni sorcerer Raynel Uvarith. The so-called Tel Uvarith is built on Uvarith's grave, which can be found west of Tel Fir and northwest of the Araban Imsum camp. Go there and make sure the Telvanni understand that we will not tolerate this illegal expansion. Is it actually illegal, or is House Redoran just saying it's illegal? Let's be realistic here. So, Tel Fir is... I actually do not remember off the top of my head. Alright, Tel Fir and the Araban Imson camp. So the fastest way there is... well, I guess just going to Sadrith Mora, and then from there I can kind of make my way around. Alright. See, it's been a couple weeks, but getting quests I immediately remember. It's like, oh yeah, Morrowind is just the game of travel, the game of walking. And I know it's a thing of there are people who do like that Morrowind didn't come with, you know, the ability to just fast travel willy-nilly, but I don't know, I get both camps. I like not being able to fast travel just whenever you want to anywhere you want, but it's definitely a convenience at times. And there are times that I'll play games where you can't fast travel, or, you know, that it's limited and it's based on certain perks or certain abilities, stuff like that. Doing a little bit of a Skyrim livestream series over on Twitch with Frostfall, with Hearthfire. Not Hearthfire, that's a DLC. With Frostfall, with Campfire, a few survival mods, a few combat mods, stuff like that. And for that I have fast travel disabled intentionally, and it has been a lot of fun just having to kind of strategically think. It's like, oh, how do I get here or here or here? So it depends. I loved how they did travel in Enderal, because Enderal was very similar to Morrowind, where you had to, you know, take carriages to places. You had to either use travel scrolls or something like that. You couldn't just fast travel whenever,
why walk
wherever.
When you can ride?
So there are definitely times that I do like it. Alright. Yeah, no. He can't take me to Sadrith Mora. I don't think there's a Siltstrider in Sadrith Mora, but I think I can take the boat, and if I can't take the boat, then I can always take the guild guide, which is probably what I should have done in the first place, instead of coming here, but oh well.
May you find all that you seek, traveler.
And, yeah, no. Alright. Fastest way is going to be just the guild guide, like I kind of suspected. I've also had people asking if I will still play Skywind, the mod that is converting Morrowind into Skyrim's engine, you know, Skyrim's graphics, Skyrim's different gameplay systems, like crafting and everything, and the answer is absolutely. Honestly, the story of Morrowind is really, really fun, and I would love to do a series in Skywind if and when it comes out. I'm sure it will come out, but there is no real indicator for when it finally will. If anything, Skyblivion, the Oblivion equivalent to Skywind, is most likely going to come out first. If you don't already follow them on YouTube and everything, then definitely check them out. They put out some amazing stuff. One of the project leads, Kyle Rebel, really nice guy, did an interview recently to talk about Skyblivion, and the fact that mods get that kind of recognition, to me, just says a lot about the talent of mod authors, and I love stuff like that. I love hearing those success stories. I love hearing about stuff like, you know, them getting an interview, all the articles that came out about Enderal when it first came out, New California for Fallout New Vegas, and then I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking of another one off the top of my head. Oh yeah,
Share your thoughts, friend.
the Skyrim mod, The Forgotten City, is, well,
Well met.
the mod author for Forgotten City is making Forgotten City its own game.
How may I help you, Dunn?
You want to talk about
you.
success
A
stories?
pleasure to meet you.
That is a success story, and to me, that is just incredible.
Oh,
And just
greetings.
all of these people
How
that I've
do you
interacted
do?
with, all of
Maybe
those mod
talk. I
authors,
must say, I find you
or at
most
least the ones
interesting
within
right now.
each of those teams that I've interacted with, have all just been the nicest people ever, which just makes all of it even better, frankly. If anything, that's one of the reasons why I love covering mods, is just that it has such a really strong, really incredible community. So it's fun to be part of it. Even though I'm not a mod author myself, I get a lot of mod authors who, you know, talk to me and have respect for what I do, which is just really, really nice to kind of have that relationship and being able to speak with them and talk to them about everything that they do, because it's incredible.
No
It really,
worries.
really is.
I won't hurt you. Ask your question.
What makes you think you can hurt me? Oh, and then she's just blubbering. She's like, oh my god, you're the new Rivalry. You're the big hero. Alright, so, Telfir. Eridim some camp. Alright, so, oh yeah, and it even marked Uvrith's grave on my map as well. So, it's gonna take a little bit of walking, but we will be there in due time. Oh, what do we have over here? It's not what I'm looking for, but we have a man. Oh no, that might be a skeleton standing outside that tomb right there. We got a Kiriauti trying to get to me. He's not doing a very good job. I think he's stuck inside the tree. Well, let me help you out. See? You're welcome. Oh, okay. I got excited. I thought the skeleton was going to be friendly. I thought the skeleton was going to talk to me like, hey, how you doing there? Andes Ancestral Tomb. I'm okay. I'd rather focus on, you know, becoming House Father of House Redoran. One thing I do like about Morrowind is that, you know, while it gives you the chance to join every guild and become leader of every guild, you can't become leader of every house. You still have to choose, like, which one house do I want to join? Which one house do I want to sort of limit myself to? And I like that because it's sort of a departure from what we normally see in Bethesda games, where it's just join pretty much everyone. So to me, I like that limitation. It adds to the replayability of the game. It means, like, okay, this playthrough I'll do Redoran, this playthrough I'll do Telvanni, this playthrough I'll do Hlaalu. And I don't think it's doing it in a way where it's forcing you to replay it either. Mainly because each house has its own sort of values, morals, and skill sets that it prefers. So, you know, for me who's doing a more warrior-oriented playthrough, Redoran made the most sense. If you're doing a more magical playthrough, obviously Telvanni makes more sense. And if you're doing sort of more of a stealth slash charisma character, then you got Hlaalu for you. Yep, I think I see this Telvanni structure. Oh, cannot climb up this mountain. Nope, definitely can't climb up that. Thank you, Magic Pants. Where would I be without my Magic Pants? Just my travel stain pants, probably the most useful item that I've gotten just across Morrowind at all. And just kind of like comparing Morrowind to the other Elder Scrolls games, or at least the more recent ones, because Morrowind is now the oldest one that I've played. I kind of wish they had kept the system where you could wear robes over armor, because, I mean, using Skyrim, for example, robes are kind of pointless. I get that it's meant to be so that if you want to play a mage, you're not using, like, heavy armor or anything, but the fact that all robes just have 0 defense at all, it's like, alright, great, I can just be the squishiest person in the world. Thank you. Or, you know, you could have Morrowind where it's like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if in Skyrim you could wear some sort of light armor and then robes on top of it and still have something of a defense? And yes, I know there's like stone flesh, oak flesh, etc., as spells that add a little bit of defense to your skills, but still, just saying, I think that wearing some armor as well as robes would be nice. I think it was a very good system. Then again, I guess I can also see the argument that it makes you overpowered as hell, potentially, but you know what? It's a single-player game. Who are you hurting by being all-powerful?
No!
Oh! Oh, she's very angry! I was coming to have a nice conversation, and she immediately attacked me. Extravagant robe. Extravagant shoes. Ring of Fireballs, taking that. Ring of Ice Bolts, taking that. Amulet of Balina's Antidote. Cure poison on self. Yes, please. And Dire Viper Blade, which is just useless. Here I was thinking I could talk to her and be like, hey, you gotta clear out. And she'd be like, oh boy, I guess I do. Which I wouldn't have expected it to be that easy anyway, but still. You know, you could have chosen not to attack me immediately. Just saying. Master's Mortar and Pestle. I'll take it. It sells for a bunch. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna attack the Nerevarine on sight. You know, he saved Morrowind. Stopped the Blight. But no, I'll just attack him. I can definitely take him on. You would think at some point some people would learn at least, but no. Apparently not. Alright. So, fastest way back is probably going to be my Amulet of Divine Intervention. Back to Wolverine Hall. From here...
Greetings, Dunmer. How may I help?
Well, friend, what brings you?
Please, by all means. I'm listening.
Okay, there's only the one other door here. I thought there was another one for some reason. From here, we can just take the Guild Guide back. I don't think I've mentioned it before, but one thing I would really love to see in the next Elder Scrolls game is, well, an improvement to weather systems in regards to having actual seasons throughout the game. And having actual seasons added to a game is relatively rare right now. I can only think of a couple games in which we really have dynamic seasons in which the weather changes across those seasons. But I think it's about time that we start seeing them in games. I think that we're at the point now where the technology has to exist, where it's at least possible across more open world games. Is Telvanni, Raynell, Uvarith dead? Yes! Raynell Uvarith is dead. This will send those Telvanni a message. You know, if we wanted to send a real message, we would have burnt down the mushroom. But that's just me. Duties. The Hlaalu have also been expanding, and at a more alarming rate. Go to Rethen Manor and kill the new Hlaalu Lord Reynasa Rethen. That seems a bit extreme, but okay. Rethen Manor is on the Odai Plateau on the new Odai River, which heads south from Balmora. Go there and slay Reynasa Rethen. Should at least allow that we mean business.
Three blessings. Do you have something to say, Outlander?
That's not too far away. I just gotta go back to Balmora and then walk south from there.
What an unexpected surprise.
The reason I thought about the weather and seasonal changes in games is just, one, because it's raining right now, and two, just because as the weather starts to change in real life, it's something that comes to mind. I think Skyrim did a decent job with having different biomes to keep things varied, but it would have been nice to see seasons as well. And I kind of hope that it's something that we will see just in games to come. I think that especially with how far out Elder Scrolls 6 is, that it's definitely a possibility. Like, think about it. Think of how cool it would be to see, you know, in the fall, leaves changing color and falling off from trees, seeing snow, seeing rainy seasons, seeing the spring, and seeing all those trees come back to life. I don't know, I personally feel like that would just be a really, really cool system to see, not just in Elder Scrolls games, but in more open world games in general. I mean, ideally, I would love to see that in more MMOs and stuff, but MMOs, I can see it being... Well, I can see it being both more difficult and seeing it being easier, just because so many MMOs do seasonal updates as it is. But still, just something that I would like to see as a trend moving forward. I don't know. I've just been thinking about a lot of this stuff as I've been playing different games lately. Just because I've had a little bit more downtime as I recover from my surgery. Alright. Oh, went the wrong way. Alright, let me just head back to Balmora and we'll start to suss out this new manor. Alright, we just left Balmora. And I do have the Odai Plateau marked on my map already, and I've been to that area as well since it's right next to MacLeod, so hopefully it won't be too hard to find this brand new manor. Whoop! Did you just fall out of the sky, or... He probably just slid down the cliff, but still, it just looked like he fell straight out of the sky. One of the reasons that I've just been thinking about games and mods and so much of everything in that department is that it's that time of year where every game is coming out, when we're getting all these brand new releases, and I don't know, for that reason, I've just been thinking more about different games, what I'd like to see in games, etc., etc. And lately, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, as I'm sure a lot of people have. And I was playing last night, and I hit 49% completion in the game. Just started Chapter 4, and it's a thing of, I can't even imagine how much more there is to do in the game, but the level of detail in the game, to me, is fantastic, and it kind of sets a precedent for what I would like to see become industry standards for different conversations and stuff across more open world games. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that this is the Hlaalu Manor. It is, by the way. Hi there! You're not supposed to be here, Redoran. Alright. You're not supposed to be here, Redoran. Okay. I'm just looking for your boss. I'm probably gonna have to burn down this manor as well. Reynasa? Oh, okay, alright. No one wants to talk. No one wants to be civil. So you know what? I'm not gonna be civil either. Everything I've done is in self-defense because everyone else has attacked me first. But that's fine. Ring of Lightning Storm, taking that. Amulet of Far Silence, taking that. And while these Spark Blades aren't good at all, look at how much they sell for, and she's got 2 of them. And they weigh virtually nothing. 1.8 pounds? Hell yeah, sign me up. Alright. Close that. Are your servants gonna be pissed at me too? Yeah, no, I guess they don't really care. It's like, oh, you just murdered our mistress?
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Oh, that's fine. No big deal. Go on, Nerevarine. Have a good one. Alright. So let me just go back to my place in Balmora. Drop off a few things, then we'll head back to Vivek and see what we're doing next. Because apparently now we're just messing with the other guilds. I still don't know if it really is illegal for them to be expanding at all. But, yeah, no, maybe I'm just being the asshole again like I was with the Fighters Guild. Who knows?